one last thing that I want to do before I say goodbye to Houston is like show the people out there what Houston really is about. Because at the moment they were doing some investigation or whatever, they were gonna let us go, and then I guess the other officer was like, no, they gotta get processed, they gotta go to jail. So I want to do this so bad. Like, I just want to have that feeling of like I did what I said I was gonna do and I didn't stop.
What was probably the hardest part of this?
I think being away from my family and friends, though. Like, and that's where I knew God gave me my miracle.
Today, we're here with a good friend of mine. Unfortunately, she was taken into ICE custody not that long ago. And today, she's here to kind of share her story and how her experience was. And this is probably a story that you're hearing firsthand. So stay tuned on Let's Be For Real. So,
Actually, this is crazy because this is the first time I'm actually talking about it, though.
I know.
Like, I haven't talked about this with nobody. Like, people do ask me, like, hey, are you okay? Do you want to talk about it? And I'll be like, I'm fine. No need to talk about it. But, you know, whenever you ask me about, like, hey, would you like to do this? I was thinking, like, you know what? I think it's time for me to actually finally talk about it in, like, a more open and public space. Because, like, this is going public, you know what I mean? So, hopefully it reaches to, like, a lot of people and, like, actually a good amount of people gets to see this. Because if my story can help others, I'll be very, very proud about the fact that I finally came forward and did this with you, you know? So,
well, thank you so much. And we're introducing Miss Shady Ruse. Thank you so much for being here. I've literally been so excited about this podcast. And this is my first time seeing her since she's been back.
Actually.
So that's already exciting in
it
itself.
is.
So thank you so much.
Thank you for inviting me, actually.
Of course. Okay, so we're just going to kind of get right into it.
Yes.
So, how long have you lived in Houston?
I've been living in Houston for like around almost 10 years, I will say. Yeah, I moved here back in 2018, so it's like, what, 8 years?
So how old are you?
I'm 22 now.
So you've lived here for like half your life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I moved here 2018, so that's like generally almost 8 years. Like, yeah, 8 years, almost 10. Yeah, it's been a long time, though.
Do you like it here?
I love it. Actually, I have nothing against Houston or Texas itself. It's just like I feel like I'm a person that I get bored too fast. So after being in one place for the longest, I'm just now thinking like, okay, what's next for me? What other place could I go and pursue what I really want to do? And not because Houston don't give you the opportunities that I guess some people might be seeking for. It's just that, like, at least for what I want to do, for me, I don't feel like I'm going to achieve it here in Houston. So, but other than that, I love it. I love the community. I love the people. When I go out, I always get introduced to the most amazing people I have ever met. So, yeah, love Houston. It's always going to be in my heart, though.
I'm originally from Nashville, and there is a lot of white people.
It's nothing in there, huh?
Yeah. So moving here has been crazy. Like, this is the first time I've seen so many like races and different types of people. Yeah. So I love it here too, girl.
Yeah, trust me. It's, yeah, like I said, nothing against Houston, but I guess it depending on what you really are looking for, depending on what that is, Houston might be for you, Houston might not be for you. You know what I mean? So, but any of that, yeah, I love you guys.
So, where are you from originally?
I'm from Venezuela. I was born and raised in Venezuela, but my family is Colombian.
Okay.
Yes.
Have you ever been
there? Yes. I used to live in Colombia for a short period of time of my life. I was very little when this happened, actually. I would say maybe like around 10 years old, maybe. Then a few years later, we went back to Venezuela. And then like maybe like 3 years later, maybe a few years later, we moved here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So moved around a little bit.
Yes, we did. I mean, not a lot, but we did. Like, I guess 3 times in a row. It's a lot. Like, it's generally a lot. Also, I'm sorry, guys, for my accent.
It's so cute.
I had to say that.
Girl, I love your accent. I think they will too.
Thank you.
So, how does Houston differ from Venezuela?
Well, It is definitely a huge difference, though.
Mm-hmm.
At least for the side that I used to live at, it's more tropical, though. Like you will see a lot of people either like in bikinis, in sandals. Like, yes, here is hot, but over there is probably as hot. So we will have like, you know how in here we don't have any beaches, right? Over there
Yeah.
we do. Like it's in every corner, so you will see the
Mm-hmm.
kids always there, even on school days. Like it is completely different than here, including the nightlife. It's
Mm-hmm.
not the same at all. I guess we do know how to turn up, but
In a
it's in a
different way.
it is in a completely different way,
Yeah.
and I don't even know how to describe it right now because I moved here so young.
Mm-hmm.
But the two times that I actually got to like taste a little bit of that nightlife, being so young, I was like, wow, that's wild. And now doing it here, it's in thinking about that back then, it's like, wow, yes, this is completely different. And I wish sometimes I will be able to be over there to kind of taste a little bit of that life now being this age. But I guess eventually I'll do that and see like how much of a big difference it really is.
So tell us a little bit more about your childhood.
I mean, shit. Well, honestly, my childhood, I'm very grateful about my childhood though. Like, not even gonna lie, I feel like I was a very privileged child. I had everything I wanted. I was very spoiled, not even in a bad way. It's just like whatever I wanted, whatever I would get. Like it's just how it is. I was a grandparent's baby. They will spoil me to the core, okay?
To death.
Yes, like I was their favorite child. The oldest one too, so I guess I taught them how to be grandparents. I taught the family how to be first everything pretty much. You know, for my aunts, like I taught them how to be aunts. For my grandparents, I taught them how to be grandparents. For my mom, I taught her how to be a mom. So I was for sure the favorite. And feeling it and knowing it was such a complete, how to explain it? Like I felt powerful, man. Like I just felt like you can't mess with me because I'm literally the favorite in every aspect of my life. Okay, with my friends, I feel sometimes the same way. Even from my friends over there, like they will always tell me like out of everybody in the friend group, I was their favorite. So yes, my childhood was very like, I don't know, it was very nice though. Like I can't complain about the way that I grew up at all. Like I felt I was on top of the world. Not that I don't feel that now, but for sure growing up and moving to a different country now, I feel like yes, the way that I was living was completely different than how I'm living right now, if that makes any sense. Like it's not like I don't have everything now, but I have way more before. So, I feel like as an immigrant, it really teaches you whenever you move out of a country to a different country. I'm sorry. It really teaches you how to like appreciate what you had before because you might not have the same things later on. And it really teaches you how to work your ass off because that's what you have to do when you move countries. When you move in general even if it's a different state, you have to work your ass off because you might not have the same support system that you had before. So, yeah.
So it sounds like you have siblings, right?
Oh, yeah. I did. So I had one sister from my mom's side, and we're like 10 kids from my dad's side. Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
And you're the oldest of everyone.
I'm the third child in my dad's side.
Oh, okay.
I'm the oldest on my mom's side. Yes. So technically I was there.
So did your sister kind of migrate with you? So like you're from
Yes.
Venezuela,
Yes.
like going through all the way to
Yes.
here, she came with you guys.
Yes, she did. My little sister, she's 21. We're only a year apart, and we're like 2 weeks the same age. She's my best friend. She's not just my sister; she's my best friend. We do everything together. Obviously, we grew up together and everything. We are not as connected to our other siblings as me and her are, for sure. I have another sister from my mom's side too. She's 7, but obviously, like she's from here. Like that, she's kind of new into the mix.
She's
if-
kinda new.
if that makes any sense, you know what I mean. So yes, my sister, she moved here with me. We moved here together. Like I said, she's my best friend. We do everything together. We kind of share the same friends. Now that we're more older, I guess me and her, we kind of do our own thing. But at the end of the day, we always like find our way back. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's my girl.
cute. Shout out to her sister.
Shout out to Andri.
What was your dream job growing up?
Wow, that's actually very crazy because I feel like it's still kind of like my dream job in a way. But growing up, I will always say that I was gonna be the best lawyer you will ever find. Like always. But I also had like that frustrated dream of becoming like a dancer and a model. I don't know, like those are the two things that I stopped doing because I got very insecure about myself throughout the years. And then I got very confident at some point when I started the gym. And now I'm kind of picking up all those hobbies and all those frustrated dreams that the one thing that actually kind of stops me from doing it, it's the fact that like I feel like I'm too late into the game. You know what I mean? Like
Girl, it's never too late. And then didn't you just do a photo shoot
yes,
the other day?
yesterday, yeah, actually.
Yeah.
And I felt very confident. I felt very nice. Shout out to my friend Paris. Thank you for inviting me. She's amazing. And it's the fact that she's one of the main people that be telling me like, you need to do this. Like, you can do good at doing this. And honestly, thanks to that, right now I am trying to focus more into leaving that thought behind that. Oh my god, I'm too late, because it's never too late. It's like you said, it's never too late.
Never too late.
So
Girl, you could be 50 years old and still busting it down at the photo shoot, okay?
I know that. I've been thinking about that sometimes. So I'm like, okay, I need to stop thinking about the fact that it's late and just do it. Same with dancing. I mean, I used to dance when I was little. I used to be more focused on that topic when I was little. I generally used to do a lot of things when I was little, like growing up before I moved here. And that's kind of one of the things that I do regret by moving in here, because a lot of the opportunities, not a lot of the opportunities, but I guess that a lot of the things that I used to do in here when I moved, when I moved here was hard for me to pick up, for the fact that we were immigrants starting a new place, starting a new country, new language, new everything. And so having to do the things that I used to do in like a competitive way, like, you know, like if you go to a dancing academy, how much could that be? You know what I mean? Like if you go to a modeling academy, how much could that be? So it was money that, unfortunately for me, it was money that my parents needed to build a new life. So I couldn't put my hobbies and my dreams first. So now that I'm like older, now that I'm being here for a while, it's like, what is it really stopping me from now following my dreams? You know what I mean? And more when there's a million ways for you to do that. But I guess, like I said, it's the thought of like, I felt like I'm too late into the game, but then again, it's never too late. So it's like that battle in my mind of like, you just need to do it and stop thinking like that, you know?
I love that. Yes,
Yeah.
please work towards it. It's literally never too late.
Yeah.
Also to y'all, it's never too late.
Exactly,
like,
guys,
go
please.
accomplish your dreams today.
Yes.
Today.
Follow them. Don't let them go. Because personally, like I said, like I wanted to be a lawyer for the longest, but then I've been having all these frustrated dreams that I've been growing throughout the years, things that I used to do and I stopped doing the moment that I moved here. And it's just like, these are the things that I want to do somehow, whether I go viral or not with it. It's just like, I want to do this so bad. Like, I just want to have that feeling of like, I did what I said I was going to do and I didn't stop. Not even for a second. So, yeah.
I love that. So, if you know Shady, you know that she loves to go out.
I do.
She can literally if you go out with her, she can get you into pretty much anywhere free. Like, it's a superpower.
It is.
So my question to you is, how are you so good at like what do you do to make all of these connections? Because you know a lot of people, honestly.
I mean, I gotta be honest, it just happened. Like, I cannot even sit here and tell you how all of these started. Like, I think genuinely by talking. I'm a very talkative person. I really am. I genuinely feel like it just happened though. Like, yeah, like I said, like I'm a very talkative person and I wasn't always like that. I used to be that little middle school to freshman year girl that I would not talk to, like I literally would not talk to nobody. Like, I was so insecure about myself. Like, I wouldn't even want to be perceived by people. Then later on, I just started, meeting people. Like, generally, it was just a random thing. Like, I felt like it was just a random Friday night when I was finally going out and I just started talking to all these people. And it's sort of like that every time I go out. Like if I vibe with you and I talk to you, you know. You know that I'm the type of person like, okay, I'll hang out with you again. And there's like only a few people that can tell you right now that is true, because I still hang out with them like 5 years later. Because I feel like all of these genuinely started like 5 years ago. Like all these building the connection, all of these promoting stuff, all of these like having quote unquote so many friends happened like around 5 years ago, generally. And yeah, haven't really stopped since. So that's another reason why I'm thinking like, why haven't I done anything of my own, really?
And that's what I was just about to say. I was like, girl, like with all these connections, you could have been accomplished these goals.
Yeah.
So like I said, it clearly for you, like it's never too late. You have all the connections. You just gotta use them.
Yeah. I don't feel like these connections that I have built, I did this on my own. Like I feel like the people that have been around me influenced a lot in it. And now the opportunities that I've been getting, like about, you know, like doing modeling and stuff like that, is thanks to the people that I have around. So having them by my side and building something that I really love and like trying to help them to get out of that shelves too is something that I really, really would love to do. Like not just help me out, but help my loved ones out too, you know? So I don't know, like I really need to think about what that really is. What do I really want to focus on to not just help my dream out, but help my friends' dream out too, you know? Get them out there. Because that's, I feel like that's also another thing, like one last thing that I want to do before I say goodbye to Houston is like show the people out there what Houston really is about. And not because other people are not doing it, but how can I make it loud enough? You know, like I feel like it's loud but not loud enough. How can I show people from everywhere, hey, this is what's going down in Houston, you know?
Yes, represent.
Exactly. Like I don't want to say goodbye to Houston just yet without really saying I did something and it went crazy and everybody got to see what Houston is really about. So yeah.
I love that. So tell us one of your craziest story times in Houston, like whether it was like a night out or something like that.
Oh. Okay, I have actually like a lot of them though. Like
I'm sure.
I really do. But I guess like the craziest one that I had, this was like a few years back. So I was out with my friends or whatnot. Like just mind you, I wasn't friends with Isa yet. Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure whoever sees this is gonna be like, oh, that was me.
Also, Isa is our mutual friend.
Yes.
We met through her. So shout out Isa.
Shout out to her. But no, this was like my old friend group from back in the day. I don't even, like 5 years ago maybe. I don't even know. We were first starting to like go out, and this is when I realized like, wow, pretty privilege is a fucking thing.
Real.
No, like genuinely. So we were out. I don't even remember the club though, like at all. That's how long this was. It wasn't Sugar Room. I didn't start going into Sugar Room like until like last year though. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Sugar Room. We love you.
We love Sugar Room.
We be there tomorrow. I'm gonna be there tomorrow. Just know that. But honestly, like yeah, whatever. We were out. And we got there, whatever. We started dancing. One of the guys that offer us a drink, right? They were like, what are you guys doing? We're like, nothing, probably going home, da-da-da. No, y'all want to come to a mansion after party. We're like, okay, sure, let's do that. We did that. I was driving. We did that. I'm lying. I wasn't driving. My friend was driving because at the moment, I didn't even know how to drive. I'm lying. I'm lying. I didn't learn how to drive until I was like 20, 21. My ex taught me. That's the only thing that I can say thank you for. Thank you for actually showing me how to drive, because the power that I felt when I learned how to drive was genuinely crazy.
You feel unstoppable.
I really did.
The world is yours.
I really did. And even the moment that I got a car, I was like, wow, I have the world in my hands. Now I feel like I be getting too tired to drive most of the times. But
girl, I'm rather take an Uber.
Yeah,
what?
In this traffic though.
Houston traffic is the worst.
It's like, wow, it's insane to say, but like, yes, Houston traffic is the worst.
Like, why does rush hour start at like 3
Three,
o'clock.
right? Like three, almost
what?
4. Hello.
And it doesn't even end
It's
until
like 8.
Yes, bro. Like
That's crazy. But anyway, so we go or whatever. We're pulling in and we're like, are we in the right direction? Like dead ass, because these are big ass houses. Mind you, we never like ever been into places like that. Like I never been. So it was like kind of like one of those movies where you get invited to a party and then the fucking house is like big as shit and you're like, what the fuck is this? So anyway, we park, we pull in. The guy was like, oh my god, y'all actually came, but let me show you around. It was like the house was filled, like it was full of people, full of people. I don't know where we get into one of these rooms, right? And me and my friends were like, dancing, kicking it, having drinks. But we're noticing that everybody's wearing like white. Everybody's wearing white. So we're like, okay, we're the only ones not really wearing white. I think at the moment I was wearing like what, red or something, like a red dress. I don't even remember. And we're like, okay, let's pretend that this is not weird. They're probably having like a little white lights party or whatnot. But mind you, they were dressed very fancy, like very, very fancy. So time passed. I think it was already like 3:30, and then we hear like a clock. Like those big clocks whenever they hit 12.
girl, this is sounding like movie vibes.
No, generally, like like these big clocks whenever like they hit 12 and they started sounding like ding ding. Like it was the same thing, but like at 3:30. So we're like, okay, shit, that's totally not weird. So the guy, like I guess the hostess, he was like, okay, everybody come here. He had a microphone in his hand. So we were like, okay, shit, something's about to go down. Tell me why this dude is like, is everybody ready to start the freaking night? I'm like, oh, me and my friend look at each other like, are we about to start playing board games, Twister, Jenga? Like, what's going on? No, baby. No, this made me wonder how crazy, like, there's actually crazy people out there that be doing this kind of things, though. And that there's people that are actually willing to do this type of things. So, did I stop side questing after that? No. But did I actually started thinking more about, okay, remember when this happened and you guys were technically in a freaking orgy party? Do you really want to go through that again and next time actually get raped or something? No, you don't. But it still haven't stopped me though. Like y'all still see me all around Houston trying to figure it out. Where's the afters party at? Where's the mansion party at, guys? But it honestly, it was like the last time I did went to a mansion after party. But yeah, that's my craziest story time. Like my first time actually kind of going out really.
Yeah, I can't even believe you kept going out after that.
Yeah. Yes, I did. Like, because 5 years later, I think 4 years later, I'm here.
Still partying.
Yeah, I'm still partying. Hey. I'm still kicking it. And y'all still getting the best of me.
All right. Thank you. So we are now going to move on. And I'm going to take a 1-minute intermission.
A few moments later.
We're back, y'all.
Hi.
So we've talked about where you came from,
we did.
A little bit about your life out here.
Kinda. A little crazy story, but
yeah, that was a crazy one. So I just felt like it was important for the people to get to know a little bit about you before we make this kind of crazy transition.
Yes.
And I just want to put out there, like, what we talk about next is only like one chapter of your story too.
100%.
So just remember that. Like it's over now. We're here now.
Yes.
And we're never going back.
Yes.
We're free.
Yes.
So can you just kind of take us back to the day that changed everything, starting from the moment you woke up that day? Just kind of walk us through what happened.
Sure. I mean, okay, this was like on April 6th. Of course, I'll never forget. It was my little sister's birthday. Yes.
No.
Yes.
I did not know that.
Yes. It was my little sister's birthday. I woke up. I went to work. I got out. I didn't even took a nap or anything because it was my little sister's birthday. So my mom was like, hey, go to the mall or go to Five Below or whatever to get, a few things for your sister. And that day from my job, I got her like this tres leches cake because I was like, you know what, my little baby, she's gonna have a little cute party. Like, we're gonna sing happy birthday, we're gonna do what we need to do, and then after I'm gonna go to the gym. Like, I had the whole day planned out. And usually when I get out, I take like my naps. That day I didn't. Like, I was up all day that day. So anyway, I did that. I pick up one of my friends because we usually like gym together, do stuff like that together. So I told him, like, I remember texting him, like, hey, I got ready. I'm out of work and I got ready and stuff. Like, I don't know if you would like to come with me to buy some stuff for my little sister so we can decor a little bit and sing happy birthday for her and have like a little surprise. I have to get her like a few gifts to complete what I already got her. So I don't know if you want to do that. Go to the house, sing happy birthday, and then maybe after, go to the gym and all day and I'll take you home. He was like, yeah, sure. Da da da. Picked him up, went to the mall. We did what we did. And then we got stopped by the police, of course, due to some stuff. I guess they were already looking for us or whatever. I generally can't tell you really much of what really went down, but to kind of sugarcoat it a little bit, they were looking for us or whatever. So we got stopped, and the moment that the officer was like, step out of the car, I knew. Like, it was like I knew. So we got arrested. We spent the night, you know, in the county jail, like the Fort Bend County Jail. And I cannot tell you the feeling that I had while I was being processed, though. Like, that whole day went from being a whole productive day and me wanting to celebrate my little sister because she was turning 7 to hell. Genuinely, I couldn't sing happy birthday. I couldn't give her a hug. I couldn't tell her happy birthday because she was in school. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't pick her up. I couldn't do anything. And that's the only thing that it was even going through my mind. Like, my baby, my baby, my baby. Like, that's my baby. That's my girl. That's my daughter. I don't care. She's not my sister. She's my daughter. And that's honestly one of the things that I regret the most. That probably in her little head, she thought like, oh, she didn't care about my birthday because she's little, she don't really know what really went down. In her head, she thinks that I picked that specific day to go on vacation. So sometimes that thought for me, and I don't even want to cry, but sometimes that thought for me is like, wow, she probably thinks I'm the worst sister ever because I picked her birthday to go on vacation, but little does she know is that I was being arrested, that I was being processed. So yeah, that's how everything went down that day.
So, at what point did you realize, like, I guess, was it the moment when you were in the car and they stopped you? Like, is that the moment that you realized, like, oh shit, this is serious?
Oh yeah, 100%. The moment that they told us that we were gonna get officially arrested, because at the moment they were doing some investigation or whatever, they were gonna let us go. And then I guess the other officer was like, no, they gotta get processed. They gotta go to jail. So whenever they put me in the car and they were taking us to the county jail, that's whenever I was like, yeah, this is serious. This is not a joke. So it was right up. It was generally right away.
Where was your head at during this?
My head at okay, so my head was generally like, I feel like it was everywhere. I was thinking about my family and how I was letting them down. I was thinking, like I said, about my sister. I wasn't even really thinking about anything else besides that. And I was also thinking, what are they gonna do to me there? Because all you can hear about jail is how people either kill you right away when you get there because they just want to pick on you because you're the new person in jail. Um, how the officers, like, most of the times they rape you and stuff, like you hear very bad things about jail. And being someone that I never had that experience before, I genuinely didn't know what to expect because all I have ever seen from, like, I guess about jail or anything like that is in movies or people going on TikTok and saying like, there's or telling their story times or whatnot, and I'm very into like that crime, stories and stuff, like documentaries and stuff. So all I don't even hear about like jail itself. I hear about prison and how prison really is. And they're two different things. Like jail is more like a not a detention center, but I guess it's like your first stop depending on what you did before you actually get processed to prison. So in my head I was thinking, yeah, like my family, my sister, and wow, what are they gonna do to me? Am I gonna stay there forever? Am I gonna get out tomorrow? Am I gonna get bailed out? Like what's gonna happen? That literally my brain was everywhere.
Were you able to make a phone call that day? And if so, who did you call?
I did. The moment that I was getting booked in, I called my mom, I called my sister, and I called Isa. Like literally my three main people that I will always called. But obviously I first called my mom because she was very like hysterical. Like she was very scared. She was very nervous, and somehow I needed to calm her down, and I needed to tell her that everything was gonna be okay. Because obviously at the moment, the officer was telling me and my friend like, "Hey, you guys are gonna spend here just a night. Y'all gotta go tomorrow to court, and they'll decide what's gonna happen. Y'all most likely are gonna get bailed out, and that's it. Just don't get in trouble next time." The officer was actually not that bad. He was a little nice. He was generally telling us like, don't get in trouble. Especially to me, he was telling me like, pick up your friends better. Like you're here over bullshit, really.
Yeah.
So it better be like a lesson for you to like know that, hey, you need better friends. So yeah.
So, upon being arrested, what did that kind of look like? Like, was there an audience? Was there people there, or this was kind of like a private thing?
No,
No one
it
around.
was kind of like like if you can say that, you can say that it was kind of like a private thing because it was only the other detainees that were barely getting processed, or some of them that were already there, still fighting their case, or still like trying to know if they were gonna get out or not. The judge, two officers, and that's it. Nobody else was like, this is not like a trial. You know what I mean? This is not like, I know you usually see like how, like, I guess court goes where you see the other people being in there, but usually that's like a trial for bigger cases. When it comes to cases like possession, theft, like cases that are specifically in jail, it's only you, other detainees, the judge, and two officers. That's it. Maybe like your lawyer in a Zoom call, and that's it. That's generally it. Like I said, usually like whenever it's like an actual trial for like, I'm guessing, a big case, and mind you, this is just what I'm guessing because it's what I have seen too. I mean, I was there, obviously, like I kind of know the process. Yes, people don't get to be there unless it's like a big trial, unless it's like a bigger case where you're gonna need your lawyer to be present to walk through the crime and all that stuff. And obviously the people like in the jury and stuff like that. Those are the only times that you really see people participating and going into these courts. So yeah.
So, at what point did you realize, or were you informed that ICE was getting involved?
So basically, that day that I went to court, right, that morning, I went to court. The judge told me, like, okay, because you've never been arrested, you don't have a criminal record, your record is clean, we're going to let you go with a PR bond. You need to present yourself in court. Da, da, da. I was happy, I was like, okay, I'm going home. This was just about its one day experience, whatever. They take us into the rooms, obviously, into the, it's, yeah, because it's like a big dorm, with multiple rooms in there, and then you go into your bed and all that stuff. Whenever we go in there, I put my stuff down, da da da, and then I see the hours go by, hours go by, and I'm like, wait, I'm supposed to get out in a few hours. They told me that I was gonna get out like literally in 5 hours. It's been a little bit longer than 5 hours. It's 8:30. So I go to the front desk that is in the room where the officer that takes care of you is, right? And I ask her, hey, like, do you know anything about my case? Like, I was supposed to get out like a few hours ago. I got out with a PR bond. What's going on? So she was like, okay, sure, let me check. She's checking, and then whenever she checked, she was like, oh yeah, no, you're gonna be here for a little bit. And I was like, why? She was like, because you have an immigration hold. So I was like, what the hell does that mean? She was like, that you basically have 48 hours for ICE to come pick you up. And if they don't pick you up, we're going to let you go. So I was like, what? I started getting hysterical. You don't get it. Like, I had a panic attack. Like, a nurse had to go in to like calm me down. Like, it was generally bad because obviously at the moment I didn't know that. But now that I went through all of that, I'm going to tell you guys right now, most of the times, actually 99% of the times, they do go pick you up. Whether it's an hour before the 48 hours, whether it's after the 48 hours, sometimes the police keeps you there just for them to make sure that they go pick you up. Mind you, they're only supposed to hold you there for 48 hours. They're not supposed to hold you there for any longer than that because it's completely illegal. So keep that in mind. But they have done this to people where they have been there for like 2 weeks and I still doesn't show up and they still have them there because they want them
Just
to.
holding them in the jail cell.
Yes, just because they want them to go pick you up so they can get their little money. So thankfully that didn't really happen to me because also like being in jail was completely different from being in the detention center for ICE. Like a lot different.
Different how?
So the rules are completely different. The rooms are completely different. You had a little bit more, not freedom, but like I guess like the way that we were bedding wise, food wise, and everything was way better than in jail. You know what I mean? Like it was still kind of like a prison. It was still kind of like a jail, but we have the freedom of like watching TV if we wanted to, like all hours. In jail, whenever you had to go to rec time, you had to be inside your dorm, like inside your room. We know nothing for like maybe an hour, almost two. And that is very depressing, like genuinely. But in ICE detention centers, it's like a big room where all the beds are next to each other. You have the TV, you have games, like you have two TVs, right? You have games and stuff like so most of the times you can be in your bed watching the TV. Some of the officers will leave the TV on until like whatever hour. So if you didn't feel like going straight to bed and just be in your bed and watch the TV, you could do that. So it was kind of like how do I explain it? Like to distract yourself and forget about the fact that you were there was a little better than being in jail because you were always technically in a room. And then whenever you will get out, it was like a big room and then the small TV and like you couldn't really like you weren't comfortable. And I get it. Like it's not supposed to be like a comfortable place, but sometimes you need some sort of like commodities, I guess that's how you say it. Like some sort of like distractions, I guess, for you to forget a little bit that you are literally locked up, you know? But anyway, so whenever the officer told me that, yeah, I got hysterical. I got nervous. I called my mom. I told her that. We started crying. And she was like, you know what? Let's pray to God. Let's pray to God. Let's pray to God that they're not going to pick you up. They're not going to pick you up. They're not going to pick you up. So I kept praying, you know, I kept praying. I kept praying. I kept praying. And one thing that I can say, I did got closer to God thanks to this experience. And I think that's something that I was genuinely missing. It might not look like it, but this really got me closer to God. And I always grew up with this belief that if you don't put your time, at least even if it's just 15 minutes to pray to God, then you have nothing really going on for you. You know what I mean? Like whether the fact that like yes, I know I go out and I do certain like a lot of things that God might not like, you know, but he appreciates more and what he sees more is your heart and how much time you're giving him because at the end of the day he's able to forgive and he understands that we are young and this is the society that we're growing up in, but what he's not gonna forgive is the fact that because we were doing all these things we weren't giving him at least 15 minutes of our time, you know. So yeah, like I said, like I gave him time, like I prayed. But 2 days later, when I was supposed to actually get released, an hour before the 48 hours, or maybe like after the 48 hours, I got called like, hey, you're going home. Mind you, this is what they tell you 18W. That means a lot of things. That means that you're actually going home. That means that you're getting transferred to a different facility. That means that you are literally either getting picked up by ICE or not. Like, it means a lot of,
Multiple
yes, it
things.
means multiple things. So you generally don't know what that means at all. Like, don't, like, if you're going through those things, like, don't think that that means like, oh my god, I'm going home right away, because it could be anything, absolutely anything. So in my head, I'm thinking, oh my god, I'm going home, because even the officer was like, no, you're going home. So I'm like, okay, thank god, right? Like, they didn't pick me up. While going downstairs to the booking center, I saw the officer. I was like, wow, I'm going with ICE. And I just started crying. I just started crying. I just started crying.
So did the officer lie to you, or was he
Yeah,
misunderstood?
no, like, they all lie to you. They all tell, like, it's like a
Oh.
joke to them, because I asked twice too, hey, where am I going? They were like, no, you're going home, don't worry about it. And I was like, are you sure? Because they told me that ICE might pick me up, so I want to know. Like, they were like, no, you're going home. The moment that I was getting processed and getting my stuff, the officer was there, like, hey, you're coming with me. So I started crying. And that officer wasn't like, I don't even know how to explain to, like, she wasn't mean at all. She was like, you're gonna be okay. Like, trust me, you're gonna be okay. I know this is a very bad situation, but you are gonna be okay. So I was like, okay, that's fine. Got processed, and yeah, I was just like, wow, this is really happening right now, and I don't know when am I gonna get out, or if I'm gonna get out. Yeah.
That's so scary.
It
I can't
is.
even imagine how you felt in that moment.
I felt horrible. I felt defeated. I felt like, I don't even know how to explain it to you though. Like, I genuinely felt like I lost everything in life though. Like, absolutely, even though I didn't lost anything, right? But I just felt like my life was ending right there. Like, truly, truly, I felt like, wow, I'm going back to my country, most likely. And everything I built here and everything I did here was for absolutely nothing. So, yeah.
Going back kind of to what you said a few minutes ago, just kind of talking about God, I feel like possibly this situation may have happened for you to find him back, get back to him. And I just kind of feel like he probably protected you during this because, like you said, you could have very likely went back to your country, and I'm sure that's the last thing you wanted to do.
Yeah.
So I know it took some time, but like the fact that you're here today, like.
No, yeah, I can tell you that I have a big testimony though. Like, I really, really do, because if I got out, it was because of God. And I'll probably later on tell you why, the more that we get into questions. But no, this was God's work though, and he had a purpose for me. And I have always said this, even to the girls that I met in there. I met such a beautiful community in there. I'm not even gonna lie to you, from a bunch of different countries. And thanks to those women is the only reason why I feel like I'm still here and I'm alive, because you don't understand how many times I wanted to just end it all right there and there. And I would tell my mom, I'm sorry, but I don't think I'm gonna survive. And I don't think the next thing that you're gonna hear about me is that, oh, she's dead. Like, I'm pretty sure that's the next thing you probably will hear about me. And I just want to tell you I'm sorry right away, but I just can't. And like, thanks to the woman in there, like I said, thanks to like Isa, like every time she will check in on me or check in on her, like, all hearing all that motivation that, hey, you're gonna get out, putting my prayers to God, like being in like church groups inside there too. That's the only reason why I keep it pushing though, and I keep working into getting out of there, because like I said, I felt like I couldn't leave anymore. I felt like I just didn't want to keep going through this, because I didn't know for how long was I supposed to go through that, or if I was even gonna get deported or not. So yeah, this was genuinely God, and he would talk to me like every night. I felt like he would talk to me every night, including through my prayers. He would definitely talk to me and tell me like, it's gonna be okay, you're gonna be okay, but you needed to go through this to give yourself a purpose, to realize what you were doing wrong before all of this happened, to appreciate what you have and all the work that you've been doing, to have a little bit more faith in you, and forgive yourself, because I feel like I have a lot of things that I haven't forget about myself, because I have committed a lot of mistakes though. Like I feel like I needed to learn how to forgive myself, how to know my worth, to see who was really for me, who really were actually my friends. You know what I mean? And to give my friends like an example of like, this is real, this is what's happening, and we need to be careful, because we are one day here and the next we don't know, whether it is getting arrested or dying or whatever it is. We never know when all this fun that we're having it's gonna end at all. So I want to believe that I was that example that I needed to set for my friends, and that like lesson learned from my friends, for them to realize, okay, yeah, shit is serious, this is not a joke, this is happening, and it just happened to one of our closest friends. So do we really want to risk our lives like that? And I'm talking about, honestly, not only my immigrant friends, but I'm also talking about my friends that are from here, that have their own, some of them have their own immigrant parents, but they're just here, or even the ones that are just from here, period.
Yeah, like
This
this
can,
goes for
yes,
everyone.
this
Yeah.
can happen to you, whether it's ICE involved or just the police involved. Your life can change in seconds, though. So, yes, we can have fun, we can do a lot of things, but at the end of the day, I feel like sometimes we need to put that aside and start working on the things that we really want in our dreams, because time is clicking. We're 22, 21, 20 right now, but tomorrow we're going to be 30 and be thinking like I wasted all my time, where I have time and I was young enough to do all the things that I wanted to do. And now I'm here with nothing achieved. Like I didn't accomplish absolutely nothing. I'll probably have a family and kids, and I'll be thinking like, wow, I cannot even give them half of the life that I had, because I wasted all my time doing whatever bullshit I was doing. So yeah.
I'm not gonna cry.
No, please don't cry, because now I feel like I'm gonna cry.
No. Okay. So you kind of gave us like a visual of what the detention center kind of looked like. Can
Yeah.
you go into a little bit more depth about like the condition there, and then like how things were? Like, were you able to shower? Did they provide y'all food? Did you have toilet paper? You know?
Yeah. So no, yeah, I mean, it was like the first detention center that I was in Montgomery. It was very nice. I gotta be honest with you. It was very nice. The beds were really nice. They were very comfortable. The facility was clean. The bathrooms, at least the toilets and the showers, right? You could shower whenever you want it, obviously. In this first detention center, though, because I was in two. So in this first one, when I first got processed, yeah, like I said, it was very nice. Beds were very comfortable. The toilets, like the bathrooms, were closed. Like you had your own privacy for sure, right? Obviously, no doors, no anything, because like it needed to be like, how to explain this? Like the toilets were in a stall, right? But obviously, like the main door where you will go in had to be wide open, because they, the officers needed to see what's up. And then for the shower, same thing. Like it had a little curtain and all that stuff, but like the big door had to be open or whatever.
Sorry,
So
I do have a follow up question. Was
yeah,
there like men's area, women's
yes,
area,
it
and
was.
then
Yes,
women's officers for like the women's
yeah,
area?
yes.
Okay.
But usually, like for what I know, for what I learned, is that in the men's area, there's also a woman officer taking care of them. So it's, yeah, I'm not really sure. But yes, we were divided by areas, and yeah, like I was saying, we had a little bit more privacy in this first facility, so nothing really to complain except the food. Like the food was very bad. Like I don't even know how to begin. Like everything didn't have no flavor. Like we will get happy whenever we got time for commissary, because that's when the real food was coming. Like most of these girls, including me, we were only eating out of our commissary. And keep in mind that most of these women were there for like 5, 7, 8 months, maybe a year, and all the money that they would spend on commissary. Some of them, because it was like every week, like one day out of the week. And so in this first facility, I don't remember what day of the week it was, but it was every week, and every week everybody will get something, like at least $100 worth of food and stuff. Like generally, whether it was shirts for us to like the uniform shirts, socks, because they only provide you with like at least two socks, two pair of underwear, two shirts. Like, baby, I use them every day, and I can't be washing them every day, like, because we wouldn't send like our underwear and stuff like that to the laundry, because most of the girls that did would get infections, most of them. So it's like you don't want to get sick in these places because they don't care about your health whatsoever. Though they're not going to give you the proper care, whether it's in jail or not. They don't give you the proper care. That's the one main thing you got to think about. So yeah, these were things that you will have to buy, so you were always spending some money in it. So let's say that most of these ladies would spend like $600 a week, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. I really don't know, but majority were always getting commissary every week, because the food was just truly not.
Just to have basic needs.
Yes,
Is insane.
yes, just to have basic needs. So in the second facility that I got moved into, it was bad. Like, wow, beds were like little, like you could feel the metal. Like, I personally, I would cry most of the nights in that second facility because I couldn't sleep because I was feeling the metal in my, like, in my back. It was just truly bad. But the food was better, and the process itself was very faster than this first facility. Like, they will take care of you way faster than the first facility, like when it comes to court and all that stuff. So I was very thankful for that, and I will say, like, I would tell God, like, you know what, you put me here for a reason, because I know you want me out of here faster than I would have been in the other facility. So no matter how bad it looks, no matter how horrible it is, I very thankful for the fact that you're putting me in a place where it's not about being comfortable. It's about wanting to get out and taking the lesson that you need to take out of this experience. Because in the other facility, generally, I was getting a little bit comfortable. I wasn't even really calling my parents most of the times. So, because I was just like, I'm just going to wait it out. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm comfortable. It's fine. But in this one, was very like, wow, this is bad. This is horrible. I mean, it's the detention center that is right next to Bush, and last time I checked, that used to be a prison, like an actual prison. So obviously you can just only imagine like how horrible it was. But food was better. The commissary was a little better because everything was actual brands. So we were getting that. It was a little bit more expensive, but we will get every Sunday with a few group of like, you know, friends that I made in there. They will like sometimes give me out of their commissary if I didn't have commissary that week, because most of the times I didn't do commissary because my family didn't really know how to work the commissary money or whatever. So yeah, like the ladies in there, I call them all my aunts, all my sisters, like literally. I really appreciate those ladies a lot. They're gonna stay in my heart forever for everything that they did for me and taught me as well. But yeah, like from being in two different facilities, I can tell you that it really depends on where you're at, because some of them are kind of nice and you can be a little bit comfortable, and other ones are very horrible, like completely horrible. You don't get it. Like, it's bad. The officers weren't even as bad, but most of them were truly bitches. And you genuinely think like, pray to God that you or any of your family go through a process like this. Because imagine if this was you treating any of your family members like this, or seeing how they're treating any of your family members, or even yourself. Some of them will treat you like actual dirt. Yeah.
I'm so sorry that
It's
you
okay.
went through that. Like, I couldn't even imagine.
I know.
I'm just so happy that you're back.
I know.
And you're out.
I know.
And
I'm
it's
actually
over.
happy. Honestly, every time I think about it, I'm like, wow, I really went through that. I can't believe that really happened to me. But I'm very, very, very happy and thankful to God that He taught me what I needed to learn. And that, yeah, it was one more lesson learned. And now I feel like I know better, and I'm still learning how to know better. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
So, can you give us a brief of like your first date in there? Do
Yeah.
you remember?
I remember a little bit. I mean, I was always crying. I was that, because, okay,
Because how could you not cry?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. I
what
was
else are
gonna
you
say,
supposed to do?
yeah, I was gonna say, how could you not cry? But I would literally like wake up and start crying, go to bed and start crying, and that's how I met Miss Rosie. This is a lady. Like, shout out to her. I love her so much. I remember like the first day, I was like, yeah, like I said, I was always crying. Like that's all I knew how to do. And mind you, this is every girl that will walk in there for the first time, because I got to see a few girls that were walking in there for the first time too, and I helped them because I already was already a month in. So I would be like, you know what? I'm gonna do the same thing that all these ladies did for me when I first got in here. Like, they helped me, they took me in, they told me that everything was gonna be okay. They will pray with me, they will pray for me. So I'm gonna do the same thing with these girls too. And so this first lady, like I said, Miss Rosie, she was, I remember literally I was walking into my bed and she was like, come here, what's your name? So I was like, oh, me? She was like, yeah, you. What's your name? I'm like, I'm Shady, da 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 da. She was like, no, I need to do something because you're crying too much and this is breaking my heart. And like, you look like such a bright, beautiful soul. And I just need to know a little bit about your case. Just tell me like how you got here. Are you illegal? Are you this? Are you that? And I told her, no, like I moved here with a visa. Um, I've been here for this amount of time. My family, we have an asylum, da da da. And that's whenever she told me, oh, baby, you're gonna be okay. You're gonna be fine. You came here with a visa, you're getting bonded out. You just need to go through your courts. And I was like, wait, are you sure? Are you serious? That's whenever I started crying more. She was like, give me your mom's contact. I'll give her this lawyer's information and this association that can help you out and give you more information. And that's exactly what she did, and that's exactly what we did. And generally all I needed to do was wait until I was ready to get bonded out. And so that was at the first facility that I was at. And the process could have been faster, but because I got moved to a different facility and my case had to like start in that facility again, and I needed evidence from my bond, like that I'm actually like I graduated here, that I've been here for years, that I have like a whole process in here, that I moved here with a visa and all that stuff. That's what took me a little long for me to like get out, because I was collecting all that evidence. And every time I was going to court, they were asking me for something different that I didn't have. So I went to like 4 different courts in the total of the 2 months that I was there. But that's what actually, that and God was actually what kept me going through everything that I was going through. And like I said to like the ladies in there and everything, telling me that everything was gonna be okay, because I truly thought that I was gonna be there for a while. And mind you, not everybody has that privilege of like, oh, you moved here with a visa. Oh, well, okay, you can get bonded out easily. And even though it's a lot of money, I, my family and I were still paying like for the bondsmen and stuff, right? It was 7,500, and most of these people can't even qualify to have a bond, like a bondsman, for them to get out. Most of these people had to like actually pay in hand. And mind you, mine was a lower bond than other people got. Some people got 20,000, 35,000, 40,000. Like, it would really depends on how the judge see your case, on how he see you. And I feel like the judge that I got, shout out to him, I'm sorry, like, he was very amazing. He was very like, he was very nice. He was very fair with everybody's cases, and I can't really say anything bad about that judge, because he really touches his heart when it comes to people. You know what I mean? So I gotta say that I, from the first time I saw him, and for the first time he took my case, I realized that he was being very nice to me and very caring about my case, even from the moment that I got out. So yeah, I remember that day like if it was yesterday, to be honest with you, because the way that that lady took me in and calmed me down and reassured me that I was gonna get out was one of the main things that, like I said, I kept in my mind, besides still praying to God and having the other ladies around me, that kept me really going. And like I said, not all of them actually had that. And it's the fact that I did and other people did. And sometimes I feel like some people take that for granted, really. That like, because I met a few girls with my same situation that they will be very mean to other people for no reason, you know. And they will be like, oh well, I got here with a visa, so I'll get out pretty quick, this is nothing. It's like, no lady, like you genuinely don't know. You don't know that. You don't know, because your bond can get denied anyway though. So you truly don't know if you're actually gonna get bond out or not, and you only have 3 tries until they tell you you're not getting bond out, period. So yeah.
So, what did a day to day kind of look like for you?
Well, in the second facility that I was in, day like a regular day will be waking up and pretty much taking a shower. If I was talking to any of the girls, like we sometimes will play cards. I learned how to play cards pretty good though. Like that will be our entertainment. Sometimes we will tell the officers to put like our favorite channel, which was Freeform, because they had like a 30 days of Disney movies. So they were always playing Disney movies. So we would watch that. We were able to go to like the patio. So sometimes we'll go. Sometimes I wouldn't go. I went through this like depression moment where I was always in bed. I was waking up super late. I was not eating as much. I wasn't doing anything until like some of the new girls came in and they were like, "No, you're coming because you took us in. We love you. Like we have actually grow how to like how to love you, and like how to care about you. So no, come on, wake up." And they will wake me up. They will help me shower. They will give me food. They will take me to the patio to take some sun, because it generally got to a point where I was like not even doing that. I was still praying, but like it was hard. Like depression was taking actually over me. So that's kind of like how a day like this would look like, like making a few calls any now and then yeah, talking to the girls and being silly sometimes and back to bed. Yeah, it wasn't really much that we can do. I read a lot of books. Wait, mind you, I'm a reader, but I was having like this moment where I wasn't reading as much. But the amount of books that I read in there, like I feel like over what 50 books maybe, and it was back to back, back to back. Especially Colleen Hoover, because they love Colleen Hoover in jail. They love Colleen Hoover in the ICE detention center. It's like that's all they know. Like that's the only writer that they know. But I don't blame them because she's good. Like, let's be real. One time they did play It Ends With Us in the TV, and you will see all of us. You might think it's a lie, but you will see all of the ladies, including the young ones, like in the TV like this, watching the movie. And I remember after it end, I turned around and I asked them, like, do y'all all knew about this movie? They were like, yes, the book is over there. I was like, wow, that's crazy. I feel like that was one of my favorite days in there. um I celebrated three different girls in there. We celebrated their birthday, so I made like this little like handmade cake with the little cakes that they will give us from breakfast or lunch or whatever, and I would smash it and I would literally make like actual cakes with it. And that was also another like a few different days that were my favorites in there, like celebrating the girls, even though it was like a bad way to celebrate your birthday. I really wanted them to feel like you're not alone. Like we're here for a reason. We're here for a purpose. God put us in this place for a reason. God is helping us to introduce each other for a reason. So you get to be celebrated no matter the circumstances. So those were a few other days that I can tell you like I had like a nice time in there, even though the circumstances were bad. I felt like a little bit of joy in that things were gonna be okay.
I love that so much.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So I'm assuming, I feel like this is a stupid question, but were you able to bring anything with you or no?
Like, what do you mean? Like stuff like belongings? And
Yeah,
stuff?
belongings.
Not really though. Not at all. It really depends. There were some ladies that did have like bracelets like this, or like rosaries and stuff, but that's because they were already like, I guess, religion items. But you weren't allowed to have absolutely anything that wasn't from the commissary though. And we did have like these little bracelets, like candy bracelets, like like the raving bracelets that I wear. They had stuff like that, but it's because they sell those things in the commissary, like color books and stuff to make bracelets and stuff like that for you to distract yourself. So that's really the only things that you were allowed to have. But that was it. And I know that there were some girls that did have like other different things, but it's because whenever they got visitation, they would just like sneak them in. But it wasn't like anything bad, like how you think. It was like maybe a better hairbrush, or like I don't know, gum for example, or like a cute little bracelet. Like it was generally stuff like that though. But anything else, or like lip gloss. One of the girls had lip gloss, and I will always ask her, can I have some lip gloss, like please? Because the chapstick was generally not doing much for me. Like I needed that glossy in me. But that was it, honestly. Like it wasn't anything crazy. Like, oh, earrings. Well, some ladies did have their wedding bands and their wedding like engagement rings, because they were allowed to have that. I don't know if that's a thing here in Texas, or I don't know if that's everywhere, but if you had like your marriage certificate, they were letting you like actually have like your wedding band and your wedding ring and stuff like that. But that was it though.
What did I know we kind of talked about like the meals there earlier? What are like some things that they served? Like what kind of food?
Um, like pasta, burgers, sometimes rice, like this kind of looking Chinese rice. Like I said, in this second facility, it wasn't really the food wasn't really bad. It was somehow eatable, but in the first one, they will only give you like turkey and stuff like that, and that's it. They will give you sometimes on the side like as dessert, like this little vanilla cake or like brownies and stuff like that. It wasn't as bad as you might think, but in prison though, well, not in prison, in jail, it was way worse. Like I will not. Yeah, no, I can't. I don't want to compare them because like I said, in both you were locked, I was locked up. But compared to the food in jail, I'm sorry, but I was better off in the like in the ice facility, like way better. And I would think about that every time I was there. Like, wow, I will be dying of starvation in jail. Generally.
So, what do you feel like the hardest part of this whole situation is? I know it's all bad,
Yeah.
honestly. But if you had to just kind of say one thing, like what was probably the hardest part of this?
I think being away from my family and friends, though, like being away for so long and not knowing if I was even gonna ever see them again or not. Because while being in there, if you get deported, it's not that like they're, or voluntary departure, for example, it's not like you get to like get out, get your stuff, and then leave. No, you're leaving right there in there with the stuff that you pull up into, and that's it. And you don't get to see your family, you don't get to see your friends, you don't get to see anybody ever again. So you either come back, or time passes and you come back, or they go over there to see you or whatever. So that was definitely the hardest part, being away from everything and wasting time, because in there it's like a waste of time, waste of money anyway. Yes, you're locked up, but your family is wasting so much money. Lawyer fees, whether it's lawyer fees, commissary, whatever it is, it's a waste of money and time of your life. I mean, I spent 2 months in there that I never thought I was gonna get back.
So, how did this whole thing affect you mentally? And is that something that you're still dealing with today?
Uh 100%. I mean, I always had like, not mental issues, I don't want to say it like that, but I
Yeah.
always had like that, you know, kind of depression mentality or whatnot. It's not like I'm a very depressive person. I guess not anymore, but I was. So going through these things definitely mentally play a toll on me, because not only I lost confidence in me, I also like felt like, I don't know, like I felt embarrassed of it all. Like I felt disgusted. I felt, like I said, I lost confidence. I felt very depressed. I felt like I was letting my family down. Like mentally, it was very overwhelming, and it kind of still is a little bit overwhelming, knowing that this happened to me, and how am I gonna ever move on from it? Like yes, right now I'm working into moving on from it. Like okay, it already happened. Lesson learned. But sometimes I still think about like, wow, this really happened to me, and like I don't know how to get back to the shady that I was. And I don't think I'll ever be able to get back to the shady that I was, like I guess I show otherwise, but inside me I feel so broken sometimes though. Like I felt like yeah, like that confidence that I had in me is gone. And right now, you might see me going out, but but like very deep inside me, I go out with this fear of like, this is going to happen to me again. Even though I feel like I'm being a little bit more careful, quote unquote, than I was before, but still, it's something that, like, no matter how careful you are, it still can happen. So,
I feel like you kind of answered my next question, but I'm still going to ask in
yeah,
case you want to go into it
yeah,
a
that's
little
fine.
bit more. But I was just going to ask, like, how has this experience changed you and your personality? Because I was going to bring up how, like, you're like an extrovert.
Yeah.
So, like, you're such a positive person. Like, you bring so much light whenever you're around people.
Thank
And,
you.
like, I really hope that this situation didn't, like, fully change that. But it's also understandable if it did, 'cause, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it did, or at least that's what I believe. I mean, for the few people that I've been around after I got out, I guess they can also tell you, like, I mean, she's still the same, but definitely something
Something's changed.
changed
Yeah.
for sure. Because now I feel like I don't even know how to put this in words. It's like I'm still the same. Like, I guess I still bring kind of the same vibe, but obviously, yes, something did change in me, or at least that's how I feel. I feel like I'm not as like excited, or I show that I'm as excited to be around like I used to be. And not because I'm not talking about being around the people that I'm being, no, I'm talking about me being there. Like, I don't feel as excited of putting my presence with my friends anymore. I feel like y'all don't need me. You know what I mean? Before, I used to feel like, nah, y'all need me there and I want to be there and I'm excited to be there. But now I'm more like, I'm going to go and I'm excited to go, I guess. But I don't feel as excited and I don't feel like y'all really need me to be there at all. Like, I don't I don't even know generally how to explain it. I just feel like if I'm there or not, it won't matter anymore. Even though my friends tell me otherwise, it's like, no, we want you here. We be missing you. You are, yeah, like you said, like the light of the group. Why would we not want you there? So now I'm like at this point where I'm like, I don't want to be all of that anymore. Even though I used to enjoy to be that, because I felt like, wow, like my friends truly love me. And even with all this situation, and I will cry to Isa about that a lot, because and I don't want to cry about it right now, but I felt like I would tell her, like, I didn't know you guys love me this much though. Like, I truly didn't, because like I said, like, I'm a person that I feel like I need to forget myself about a lot of things, and I need to know my worth. Even with, like I said, whether it's friendship or relationships or whatever it is, I feel like I'm not lovable. Like, I feel like the love that I receive is fake, whether it's for the things that I put into the table or not. I sometimes wonder, like, does all this amount of people really want me around? Does all this amount of people really love me for who I am? But who am I really? Like, all, because all I believe of myself is like this shitty person that committed a few mistakes a few times and had very bad friend groups, and that's it. You know, like this person that doesn't deserve absolutely anything.
And I feel like sometimes it takes like tough situations for you to really look around and see who's real, who's really there for you, who your real people are, who your real circle is.
I
And
agree.
so do you feel like, it's kind of come to light who's really with you during
Oh
this big
yeah,
situation?
100%. And it's the people that you truly be seeing me with every damn time, especially Isa. Like, I with Isa, and honestly, out of all these people, I love them all. Trust me, but Isa, that's my real one. That's how, and I don't want to cry because every time I think about Isa, like, I cry because, like, she really has taught me through the years that real friendships and real, like, having a soulmate, whether it's romantic or not, do exist though. Like, wow, that the love that girl gives me, I never felt so much love for some, not even, like I said, not even for by my ex. And again, it's not even in a romantic way. It's just that the way that this girl takes care of me, and I know that she would take a bullet for me without no doubt, it's just beyond me. And sometimes I don't even believe it, but she doesn't even give me a second to doubt it. She really has shown me that out of all these people, the only one that might be there forever is her. Truly. So yeah, I appreciate her a lot, and I
You
love
saw
you.
we know you're watching.
You got me here in tears, girl.
So tell us about the moment that you found out you were getting released. Like, what were you doing? And then how did that go? What was the reaction?
Oh my god, I cry so much to that judge. You don't get it, because I was going in there to just argue the fact that I've been having asylum for the longest. And then the moment that I walk in there, he was like, "We are gonna talk about your bond." So I was like, "Wait, what?" He was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, let's do this right now." And that's where I wanted to tell you where my testimony comes in, because it's the fact that number one, I was going for a different topic that day for court. I wasn't even gonna talk about my bond. I thought that I was probably gonna need another court for my bond. And he was just willing to just fight it right away. And he didn't even check my evidence enough, where he was like, "You know what? You're going home. I don't believe that you're a threat to society. I don't believe that you are a harm for nobody. You look like a very sweet girl. I'm checking some of the pictures, and you seem loved by many. You graduated high school. Um, for the letters that I'm reading a little bit, like everybody thinks the same thing about you. And one thing that I do gotta say that I admire is that from day one, you've been representing myself. Because yes, I mean, you've been representing yourself. Because yes, like I said, I didn't have no lawyer. I took that as practice. Honestly, I took that as practice. But yeah, I didn't have no lawyer. I represented myself with God. Like, God was next to me. He was by my side, and I will always say it, like, and I even remember telling him, I didn't represent myself. God represent me. He's taking completely control over my words and what I'm saying. So thank you for that. And he told me, like, you're welcome. Like, I think if this is what you want to do as a profession, you're gonna be able to do it. And then oh my god. No, I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
No, I'm so sorry.
Oh my god.
No, yeah,
I'm
and
sorry.
no, trust me. Like, sometimes, right now, I'm not crying because I'm like, "Ugh, let me. I don't want to ruin the makeup. I don't want to cry." But yeah, dude. Hearing him tell me that if being a lawyer was something that I wanted to do, that I just needed to believe in myself, though. That to take that experience as realizing that not everybody is my friend, and realizing that you're worth for something. And he wished me good luck. I told him, God bless you. Like, you don't understand how happy I was, how much I was crying. And he was laughing at me because I was like, God bless you. Like, genuinely, he was like, you already know, stay out of trouble. So I was like, yes, sir. Like, I got into the dorm, and one of the girls that was there with me, that she went the same day to court, mind you, this in this day alone, 4 different girls left, including me. 4 different girls. It was like God was working so hard. And mind you, these 4 girls, the day before, we were talking about, we're leaving this week. We're leaving this week. We're leaving this week. Next day, they call the first one before they take me and this other girl to court. They call her, you're going home. She was like, what? What do you mean? What do you mean? She was going home. In fact, she was going home. I made sure to call her. She was like, Shady. And I'm like, are you home? She's like, I'm home. After 7 months of being in there and not knowing if she was going to get out or not.
So she didn't know till that day
Yeah.
that she was going home.
Yeah.
Just waking up one morning.
Yeah. And we
And
were
then
watching the
going
game
home.
and everything. We were going crazy. We were ready to watch the Argentina game that day too, because she was rooting for Argentina. And then it happened. And I was like, what? Oh my God, that's crazy. Then they take me and this girl to court. And whenever I got transferred to the second facility, mind you, this first girl that left, and this other girl that went to court with me, we were in the same facility, in the same dorm all together. So we were like kind of like tight. That was kind of like the group, right? Then whenever I got transferred with this other girl to that facility, the one that went to court with me, we both said literally the same day that we were getting booked in, we got here together, we're leaving together. So we went to court. She was the first one to go in, and they told her that day that her habeas corpus, this is another like method of relief for you to get out of ICE custody, was accepted. Mind you, she didn't know anything about it. She didn't want to know anything about it. She didn't want to know the process. And that same day at court, whenever they were about to fight whatever they were gonna fight to, her lawyer was like, "Your Honor, I want to let you know that I don't know if it's worth it for us to keep fighting this right now because her habeas corpus was accepted and she has 24 hours to get released." She just turned around and looked at me, and I looked at her, and I just started bawling my ass out. Bawling my ass out. I was like, wow, my girl is leaving. I can't believe this. Then all the rest of the girls went, and I was the last one. I was the last one. I was like, wow, I'm the last one. Okay. I got released. Like, I got my bond accepted. Da, da, da. I went into the dorm and I told her, "Do you remember whenever we said if we got here together, we're leaving together?" She was like, "You're leaving." I was like, "Yes, I'm leaving." And she told me, like, I told you we got here together, we're leaving together. I was not leaving you behind. I would refuse to leave you behind. Da, 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 da. Then we went into the dorm. Two other girls were leaving. We're like, what the hell? And one of those ladies was also with us in the other facility in the same dorm too. An hour later, because we were getting moved out of dorms in that facility, my friend left. Like, they didn't even give her 24 hours. She just left an hour after our court. And I was like, what the hell? And then for me, I left 2 days later or 3 days later. I don't know what. Well, I don't know why it took long, but 3 days later, then I got out at 4 in the morning, but I wasn't out like completely. An officer picked me up because I had a warrant for my arrest because I didn't present myself to court.
But how could you?
But how could I present myself to court if I was in a nice detention center and you guys sent me here, by the way? Like, you guys call ICE because the booking, when you get arrested, the booking is the one to let ICE know, hey, this person just got here, da 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 da. They don't need to, well, they have to do that because they're working with them now. But if they don't feel like it, they don't have to do that. But they do it. So it's like, y'all call lies. Y'all did this. So you're telling me that I also have to go back over there for what? Because I couldn't go to court because I've been here for the past 2 months ever since I got out from jail. I don't understand. I was crying. I was like, I thought this was going to be over. I thought I was going to go home. I thought, like, what the hell? So I asked him, so do you think after this I'll probably go home or what is going on? He was like, you're probably going to have to go back with ICE. I started crying even more. And he was like, but it's okay. You'll figure it out tomorrow. He wasn't a bad guy. Like, he was actually kind of nice. So he told me, like, you're probably going to go back to court tomorrow and stuff like that and see what's going to happen. That happened. I went to court. I had to pay $6,000 because they still wanted to give me a bond for not going to court. Mind you, I explained this to the judge and stuff, and he told me, it's okay, don't cry. Because I was telling him, like, sir, is there a way that you can take the hold for immigration out? Because I just got back from there. And then he was talking to the lawyer and asking him, like, hey, for how long she's been there? And she was like, for 2 months. Da, da, da. And he was like, you know what? We'll get you another lawyer to help you out, whatever. But it's $6,000 that you have to pay. Okay, I go back to the dorm. I called my sister and I told her this. She was trying to get a bondsman. They weren't letting her get a bondsman because I had the immigration for ICE. So my friend, shout out him though, because he's my sponsor too. He's been one of the main ones that have been helping me too. Like, he's an angel, genuinely. He's my guardian angel, like, I swear to God. He was like, I'll pay them in full. He paid them in full. And then we were just waiting for the 48 hours again. I was praying to God, genuinely praying to God, because my sister was calling the ICE detention center. We had one of the detainees in jail that I met back in April, she went back. She's always back. She went back and she was like, oh my gosh, Shady. She gave me a hug or whatever. I explained her what happened because she thought I was there for like the longest. And I told her, no, like I got out the next, for in the next 2 days after, you know, you got out waiting for ICE. They took me with ICE. I've been there for the past 2 months and they took me back here because I had the warrant or whatever. And she was like, there's no way. I'm calling my ex-husband because he's there, work with immigration. It's like, what? Anyway, she gives me the phone number. My sister and I called and we were like, okay, how much are you going to charge us for helping us? He was like, no, no, no. I'm not doing that because now I feel like I need to get involved. This is such a mess. What do you mean that you spend 2 months in ICE and then an officer picks you up because you had a warrant for your arrest? But how can you go to court if you've been with ICE this whole entire time, which they should have known? The lawyer that the state appointed, you should have known too. This should have been justified. This is a whole mess. And now they trying to take you back. This is a whole mess. I need to see what am I gonna do. Anyway, my sister called ICE, right? And they told her, oh yeah, we see that she's out of here. So then why are we gonna bother to go pick her up if she just barely got out? We're not gonna pick her up, da da da. So we're like, okay, let's just wait out and see. Let's just wait out and see. Let's just wait out and see. They picked me up 2 days later. I had to spend 2 days in that jail again. And all I would do was cry because I was like, am I gonna go through all this process after I pay all this money? Like, why? And that was my thinking. They pick me up, I go back, and I'm like, okay, it's whatever. I'm already here. Let's do it all over again. While I'm getting processed, or everybody else is getting processed, there's one of the ICE officers that come in, and he was like, Shady, what, Shadielina? That's my name. And I was like, yes. He was like, you're not supposed to be here. And that's my testimony. That's where I was like, what? He was like, yeah, you're not supposed to be here. Come outside so you can call a family member so they can come pick you up. The way that I started crying and telling that man, thank you. And that's where I knew God gave me my miracle. That's where I knew that God didn't leave me alone, and that I know that I needed to go through that little mini process again for me to actually finally say it's over and you don't want to come back here. Whether it's jail, whether it's an ICE detention center, you don't want to go back in here, and that's why God is taking you back over here. Just to let you know, it was easy, but it wasn't easy. So you decide if you want to get out and fuck up. You decide if you want to take your miracle for granted or not. And I remember the day before that, whenever one of the church ladies went in, when the service was done, she walked in and she told me, you have him by your side, believe it or not. And whatever you're asking for is coming up, whether it's your freedom or not. You need to put a little bit of faith in you, and you need to put a little bit of faith in God, because you don't know the many of things that he's doing for you right now. So I was like, wow, that really touched me. And I keep thinking about that ever since I got released, period. I was like, I have a purpose that I need to figure it out what it is, because I still feel like I still need to figure it out what's the purpose that God really wants me to follow. Like, what is it that he wants me to figure it out? And I know it's out there. I know it's somewhere. I just need to like find it. And putting me through this process not only made me stronger, but also made me realize that there's a purpose out there for me, and everything starts with God. So, and he ends with me. So
I love that. Oh my God. So I'm just confirming. So the immigration lawyer, he is the reason that you got out when you
pretty
did.
much, yes, because he also was calling and letting them know. And that day he made the call, and that's whenever they were like, oh yeah, shit, she's not supposed to be here. So yeah, that was another angel sent by God though.
It sounds like God put sprinkles of different people to be with you during this
He
process.
did 100%. He did. And
Like
that's
literally down to the people that you came in there with, all the way up until the judge. Like, that's crazy.
yes, he did, honestly, and I'm very thankful for that because it's the fact that I keep seeing God show himself in all these people though, even into the very end.
What are your hopes for the future?
Honestly, my hope for the future now is, besides finding this purpose that I know God has for me, is to show people that everything is possible, everything is worth it, that you are worth it, that if you put your mind into something, it's going to happen, that believe in yourself no matter what, though. That yes, everybody's allowed to have their own battles in their mind, but these are temporary battles because all of these that we're living right now is temporary because one day it's gonna end and it has to end. And if we don't make the most out of it, then obviously we're not gonna have regrets once we're dead, right? Because we're gonna be with God. But at the end of the day, I want to believe that somehow once we're in there, we'll probably are gonna look through all our lives and be like, what did I do this whole entire time? Like, did I just waste it until I got to this point now that I'm in heaven? Or, you know, or even when you're older, like you don't want to get to a point where you're like regretting not doing enough, regretting not trying to get out of that mental state, regretting not feeling enough. So my hopes for the future is looking back at these moments and be like, I went through that, I overcome it, and now I'm this successful ass woman that life put her through hell and back, and she ended up in heaven. That's genuinely my hopes for the future, whether it's following my frustrated dreams or following my dream career. I just want to look back to this moment and be like, I did that and I went through that and now I'm here. And it's, if it wasn't impossible for me, it's not impossible for you either. And I have seen and met a lot of people that come from literally the very ground and now they're over here. And genuinely, and I think this is with everybody, nobody's gonna get you to the top besides you. Nobody's gonna take you out of that mental state besides you. Because at the end of the day, you can talk about it. You can have your friends help you about it. But at the end of the day, the one that is gonna have to give that push is you. So you have two options here. You either push yourself or you stay there. But not everybody's gonna always be there to help you because, like I said, at the end of the day, the one that has to open that door and push yourself is you. You gotta push yourself. You gotta want to do this because at the end of the day, if you don't have the feeling of wanting to do this, you're never gonna do it. And I know I said before that I have these battles in my mind, but like at the end of the day, I know I can overcome it. I know the more that I keep fighting, the more that I keep doing this, now I know that like giving up is not an option. It never was. As much as I wanted to give up before, there's no time to give up. It's only time to keep going. So, yeah.
Well, thank you so much. Oh
Thank
my
you.
gosh. I even feel like I learned a lot from
Really?
this. Yes. Like,
I'm glad.
I really, really appreciate it. Like, you sharing your story, and this has not been something that you've talked about since you've been back.
Yeah.
And you coming on here and sharing your story with us. Like, I just really appreciate it. And I just want you to know, like, how strong you
Thank
are
you so much.
to go through this and overcome it and still be here and still be okay.
Thank you so much.
Like, that's incredible. Like, I hope that people really learn something from this and, like, just give you your flowers. Like, you did that. You literally did that.
Thank
like, that's
you.
crazy.
No, honestly, and thank you for giving me like the opportunity to do this. Like, I don't know. I felt like if I was gonna talk about it, I really wanted to talk about it in a space where I know whether it goes viral or not, like at least a few people are gonna see this and take something out of it. And that's honestly what I would like to do with my story because everybody has to learn something out of everybody's experience. You know what I mean? And more whenever you meet them and like you hear about this, it's like, wow, this really happened to somebody though. Like,
yeah, no, that's literally what I was thinking. Like, this can really happen. Like, you hear
Yeah.
about it, and it's like, okay, you don't know them, so it's like,
yeah,
it sucks, but it's like, yeah. But then when it's someone you know, and you're
Yeah.
hearing this stuff like firsthand, or when you're going through it firsthand,
Yeah.
like, it completely changes your perspective
yeah.
on
No,
the
it definitely
situation.
no, it definitely does, and that's why I feel like now that I went through it too, it's like, wow, this shit is actually happening. And not that I didn't know that before, but now like actually seeing it, it's like,
Firsthand,
no,
yeah.
yeah, it's like this is real, this is happening, and it's now. Like they are not caring about anything whatsoever, and now that they're taking action into killing people too, it's just like, wow, no, this is very scary, and I genuinely keep wondering, for how long are we gonna live like this though? Like, is this ever gonna end?
We need people like you sharing their stories
100%.
because people are not realizing that this is now. Like, they
Yeah.
think like, okay, they heard a thing or two about it or something, but if people really push out what's really going
100%.
on, like, I feel like we as a whole community could work together to put a stop to this, because
Yeah.
this is wrong. This is
100%.
not okay.
100%. And I feel like I said, like people like me, there's many. Some that actually made it out here, and some of them that got sent to their country, some of them that had to voluntarily leave. Like, this is happening. This is not just me. There's multiple people, like you said, out there that are ready to share this story, and I feel we need to hear them out and definitely start taking more actions into what's going on, because I feel like nowadays it's us that have to make the difference, nobody else, and especially our generation. If we don't make the difference now for the next generation too, what example do we really want to give to this next future generation that we're seeing growing into this, kind of society, kind of like community? Because at the end of the day, there's the next generation coming behind us, babe. Like, all of these kids growing up into this society, all of these kids growing up into all this mess, what are we gonna do to make that difference for them? Because at the end of the day, right now, I want to be a mom so bad. Like, I feel like I always talk about how much I would love to be a mom, and that if I could, I would be a mom right now. But now I'm very scared of being one, just for the fact of not like society itself, but with everything that is going on
In the world
in general. Exactly.
Like, it's scary to be a parent in today's world, honestly.
Yes. It's just like, do I really want to bring like kids into this world knowing what the next generation and what this generation is doing and has to offer? Like, I don't know. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of other young adults have the same thoughts. Not that they don't want to be parents, it's just that it's the scary thought of like, I'm gonna be a parent and I'm not gonna be able to do it good, because look at what society is bringing you, look at what the world is giving you, look at what this country is giving you. So do I really want to bring a life into this messed up world? Do I really want to bring life into this mess? I don't think so. So yeah.
Well, thank you again so much.
Thank you so much to you.
And I will be right back. I have a surprise for you.
Oh, I'm scared. Should I open them now?
No.
Okay.
No.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I got you this very special gift. Okay.
Okay.
Just cause, like, just cause everything you've been through, like, just a little bit of light, a little something.
Thank
just
you.
to show my appreciation for you being here, sharing your story, and being so
Thank
strong.
you so much.
Okay.
I can open them now?
You can open it now.
Oh my God, I was talking about the Red Bull. Thank you so much.
Oh my God. Thank you so much.
No, thank
I
you
hope
so
you
much.
liked it.
I did. I love it. I'm definitely getting used to all this, and I'm drinking this for the gym tomorrow.
ASAP.
For sure. But thank you.
All right, y'all. Well, y'all heard it firsthand, Miss Shady Ruth's story. Thank you so much. And I really hope that y'all can take something from this. Please share this. Like, this is something I really want to be pushed out because somebody out there is going to watch this and it's going to do something for them,
100%.
So thank y'all. Please stay tuned. More episodes coming soon on
Let's Be For Real.
We out.
We out.
Thank y'all.
Okay, but we're gonna start this.
Hi, guys.
Be a little loud.
Hey, guys. Welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
Before we start, I do want to say whatever I say. If it's not in these questions, then don't cancel me, please.
She's been saying that since she got here.
I'm scared that
she's gonna get canceled.
No,
Are y'all gonna cancel her? Don't cancel her.
I'm scared that she's gonna ask me something that whatever I answer gets me fucking in trouble. Especially when I'm under a few influences. I'm talking about alcohol, guys, please. Don't cancel me right now.
Let's be for real. Actually, we should say it together.
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna say let's be for real on 3. Okay?
Okay.
1, 2, 3. This is a story that you're here to hear first. I'm nervous.
It's okay. Trust me too. This is okay, but she knows about my lighter obsession. This is cute. Oh my god, no, you ate this one. Oh, I need one of these though. This is cute. I'm definitely using this tonight. I do my skincare, guys.
That's so
wait,
cute.
she cooked me up with the glasses. Oh wait, I needed new glasses. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Oh
I felt like those were so you. Okay, cut. Pew.
Cut that with.